Ladies and gents, hope you're doing well, and welcome to the most Teuton game you'll probably ever see. Got a message the other day from somebody who is close in the Chinese community and said, hey, T90, somebody sponsored a little challenge amongst 4 Chinese pros where they all have to play with Teutons. Now, Teutons, they have their strengths, they have their weaknesses, but, in a normal game, you could still see archers, you could still see skirmishers, you could still see the knight line and just stable units in general. The challenge here is we got 4 players, 4 pros, and it's a 2v2 game only. The only units that people can make are Teutonic Knights, Siege, and Monks. Those are the rules. And yeah, so here we are. I figured you guys would really get a kick out of this. I hope you're excited. Anyways, to introduce the teams here, we've got Yo, the best player in China. Fantastic player here. He's in the red playing as the Teutons. He is teamed with Jibitong, a player who's also incredibly solid. All these players here are top 100. Now where they are, like Jibitong's maybe like 50th-ish, I don't know, something like that. Anyways, Jibitong obviously playing as the Teutons as well. Jibitong is up against Lix here, who's probably the second most well-known player in China. Maybe Vivid be the second most well-known player. I don't know. Lix, top-tier player as well. Usually Yo's teammate, actually, so he's on the other side of the coin here. He's playing as the Teutons. And then here in the blue, we have Bad Koala. Bad Koala also playing as the Teutons. Now, just thinking about the little rules here, it didn't say you couldn't build towers, which is something when you think about the Teuton tech tree, there's all the list of bonuses there. Being able to, garrison more villagers inside towers could be something. And most of you guys probably don't know too much about Bad Koala, but he is actually known for forwarding a lot. So, maybe if you can't make scouts, you can't make spears, you can't make archers, you can't make skirms, and it's an open map. These are pro players. They're going to look to gain any advantage they can. So they may try and, make a couple towers here. But then again, it's like, okay, you're Teutons, you're a good tower rushing civ, you're tower rushing another good tower rushing civ. So I don't know. But it is an open map, right? And the dream scenario for me, and one we probably put on the thumbnail, is a lot of Teutonic Knights. My dream right now is Teutonic Knights with siege towers. But we'll have to see. Now, it's fun. I mean, I didn't spoil myself on this. Sometimes I look through games ahead of time. This time I'm just kind of experiencing with you. But when I think of this challenge, I can't help but feel like the sponsor for this challenge probably had a very similar childhood to me where, Teutonic Knights, elite longbowmen, and for me it was Jaguar Warriors, just units you felt were just the coolest freaking thing. The Teutonic Knights with their capes, right? The Britons with their crazy range with the longbows. And then, I don't know, I just thought Jags looked super cool. I might be in the minority there. So, as we kind of get into this one and see what these teams are going to try and do, you can already see Yo pinging the map. I think he's telling his teammate where they're going to wall, maybe. Like maybe saying wall here, build buildings out here. I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to ask you guys as my viewers, I wanted to see, is there a civilization, is there a unit, or even multiple that maybe you'd like to see a little bit more of, or maybe units that you used a lot when you first started playing the game, or maybe still use. I don't know. Obviously, things have changed a little bit for me, playing the game at a high level, all this commentary, compared to back in the early days. But also want to take a moment as we see Lix's scout kind of getting killed off here. Looks like it could take 2 more hits depending on the elevation. I do want to say thanks a lot, everybody, for the love and support last week or two. Channel has been increasing a little bit in views on the videos, which is great. And as I've said many times over the past few weeks, I will be spending more time just getting some good videos up for YouTube. That's kind of my goal. Always has been, but been trying to take a little bit more balanced approach to life and whatnot. Still stream and will be streaming more. But I decided as Bad Koala comes forward, I know this player. I just really wanted to put a little bit more focus on the cool, unique videos. So if you appreciate it, leave a like, leave a comment. All that stuff adds up. You know the drill. All right. It's funny. I covered a series with Bad Koala yesterday. A couple days ago. Unfortunately, it'll never hit YouTube because he just got completely stomped. But every single game he went forward. Every single one. And his opponent never even scouted his base. His opponent just waited for him. And I actually think that's what Yo did here too. This is so funny. That is so funny. Yo knows this guy. And so he preemptively went to stone, thought about it. Now, does he know? Look at him get Town Watch too. Oh my goodness. Jibitong is actually also rushing Town Watch. So, again, there's rules here. They are rule followers. Yo did not see the tower right away. Let's see what Yo chooses to do. Does he just counter tower this? No, for now, Yo's actually just going to move to the other wood line. Interesting. Meanwhile, on this side, Jibitong sneaking forward against Lix. Lix did not go to stone at all. Remember, Lix also lost his scout at one point, so he's a bit in the dark. But he researched Town Watch too, so now he has the extra vision. I think we've seen... I don't know if we've ever seen this many early Town Watches in a pro game. At least not for many, many years. Usually, it's a research people will do when they're pop-capped, but it's not something they're really going to rush for a reason. Certainly not at this stage. But okay. Bad Koala making progress. Yo is farming away. Over here on this side, we have the counter tower here from Lix. And tower's actually denied at 97%. I mean, at this point, we'll see if Jibitong chooses to complete it. By the time he goes to complete it, though, if he does, it will be on fire and will just get shot down. He's going to be annoying here and wall in Lix. But I'm pretty certain that Lix could just take out the tower and then be fine. Okay, but we got another tower. I mean, I wasn't expecting that. Was not expecting that. Meanwhile, over here, Yo building a counter tower. This one's pretty important, actually. He does have enough stone to build one more tower after this. As Bad Koala tries to go in there and lame Yo, steal his sheep. Yo garrisons. Yeah, this is where the stone is, so this is a really important one. And again, Yo has more vills around, so he should be able to win the tower war by tossing more vills inside. But sometimes that just means your eco is going to be in a worse position, right? I think you have to here. You cannot allow Bad Koala's position to grow stronger. And yeah, villagers actually do quite a bit of bonus damage against towers. Yo hops out. He sends more vills in. He will try and pull the weak ones away. He also is using the scout to distract here. Yo's done a really good job. Yo has done a really nice job. This is fun, man. This is super fun. I keep instinctively thinking, okay, there's going to be an archer range. They're going to shift to gold. Hasn't happened yet. And, you know, this is different. Scouts go down for both players. Tower's going to get battered down. Now it's a bit of a Vill war. And you can't make any spears either. The rules are Teutonic Knights, Siege, and Monks. This tower is up and is partially denying the wood line. There's a random villager here from Lix running around. Lix also has another villager here. And yeah, these players over here just continue to engage. Let's take a quick look back at Bad Koala's base for a second. So he's got 6 farms set up, plus he has his berries. He's got some walls down as well. You know, it's kind of funny. What are they walling from? I think this is just something the players are used to doing to be safe, but like, you could argue that walling up isn't as necessary if knights and archers can't just run through and into your eco. Lix's forward Vill here has been spotted by Jibitong, and they might just have a quick wall war here, as we're definitely headed towards Castle Age. Capture Age says Yo is behind with Vills, and that's because he researched wheels, so I think that's probably fine. Man, the starting scouts actually become super important in this, right? You might want to save this guy and heal him up. And there's the quick wall there from Lix, to be expected. And might actually be able to squeak a tower in here. This would be really annoying. I do have the boxing villager mod on. If this is the first time you've ever seen one of my videos, this is not in the game. This is a visual mod because it just looks funny. There's no like expansion you're missing. And I mean, that's one Vill idling too, so most players are going to see this, consider that worth it. Completely missed this, by the way. There's no normal military. Still a bit of a blind moment for me. And Yo's going to complete his tower. But there's another tower over here. And Bad Koala really sent more Vills forward, didn't he? And Yo could lose another wood line here. This could get a little awkward for Yo. Yo is making another tower here. This is interesting. He's about to run out of stone. Also could run out of wood as well. And, oh, Yo tries to drop a house there to trap these Vills. Risky. That villager won't be too happy about it, but he lives to tell the tale. And yeah, Yo doesn't actually have a ton of wood income right now. Did drop the market, so he might start to buy some food. We might see multiple players buy food. Over here, we've got Vills from Jibbatong and Lix. What about the other villager? Other villager still alive? This is crazy, man. I gotta say, like, the sponsor really chose the right community. I imagine it's definitely a sponsor from the Chinese community, right? They kind of stream and interact on different platforms, but these are just the type of players that are perfect for this, right? You think of like some other players that are pros, they would hate this. They would not have fun with it. They wouldn't be doing this wacky stuff. This is just a lot of these players have been playing for 10 years or more, and they like the messy, open, tower, nomad-esque style, which is usually just scrappy games. Again, gotta love how Jibbatong still has that scout out there. Like, Jibbatong scout is still, playing its role, and he does lose it. We even have a tiger going in here, but Lix had lost 2 villagers there. The Lix is on the way to Castle Age, though, and he's saving up stone for you-know-what. Players have gotten very adventurous because there's no potential for army. Here's an example of it from Bad Koala. We might see some quick walls here, but I want to pay attention to Lix here, see what his plan is. He is getting towered, but he has the stone for a castle, and he's going to be in Castle Age here in 20 seconds. So he's just going to back away for now. He might choose to build a castle on the hill. This tower still shooting down Yo's tower, forcing Yo into repairs. Yo still hoping to wall up. Yo is well aware that the villager's coming. Yo gets the house wall down quickly. And now Lix is in castle. And okay, Lix is actually going to do a similar thing to what I thought. Instead of castling over here, he's going to castle over here. So the thinking is it frees up his wood line because the castle will likely shoot down that tower. But he does need to counter tower this real quick. I should probably turn on market events here. I don't even know. Oh, they are on. Okay, so he just naturally had the resources. I mean, yeah, he really cannot allow Jibbatong to take him off the back of his base here. There's a lot of gold, too. This is really important. But, I mean, there's 10 vills here who could all garrison. There's only 7 for Jibbatong. And now, once you're in Castle Age with Teuton's, murder holes is free. So, no more fighting underneath towers. Fun fact, by the way, I actually went, like, I want to say a solid year and a half when I first started playing this game a lot. What is the tower from Bad Koala? Thinking that Teuton murder holes applied in feudal age. Like, when I got tower rushed and when I tower rushed, I really thought that murder holes was always working for me. I just wasn't observant enough to realize it wasn't. Murder holes is going to be in for Yo in 2 seconds. Bad Koala has really gone crazy here. But yeah, now murder holes is in, and now this tower underneath the tower doesn't look too good. But then the tower goes up. Oh, this is so weird. Now the vills hop out. What are we witnessing here? I think this is good for Bad Koala. Well played. Yo does not have the stone because of having to build all these towers. Yo does not have the stone to be able to build a castle right away. The Lix built his castle, and we have our first KP boy. Let's go, Teutonic Knight. Looks very hard to move around in that thing, but hey, we commend you. And there's multiple coming forward, and they're hoping to raid in Jibbatong's base. Jibbatong does not have enough stone for a castle. That is Lix's monastery, actually. Lix built a monastery next to that tower. Or actually, maybe the tower went up because of the monastery. I don't know. And yes, we have a Teutonic Knight raiding a farm. The best unit for raiding farmers in this game. Unfortunately, they're slower than farmers. Man, Bad Koala is really sending it here. He builds another tower. He's soon going to be in Castle Age. A lot of these villagers are weak, but he's pulled Yo away and distracting him. Yo also has siege here. It's going to hop out. Then the siege could get shot down by the tower. Nice shot from Bad Koala. I think this is the correct decision to abandon this tower. You also have you already have a nice position on Yo. We have Bodkin Arrow and we have a Forward University from Bad Koala. So he is thinking about going guard tower. Man, how is this game moving so fast? You might be like, well, they're pros, T90. Yeah, but like they're not. There isn't supposed to be this much happening. This is crazy. No knights, no crossbows, none of the standard timings, but they have really sent it here. The second TC there from Lix. He's going to stop at 2 Teutonic Knights. not Teutonic Knights, 2 Teutonic Knights, because there's 2 of them. That's probably the correct play, because I think there's going to be some monks in siege out from Jibitong. Yo, under all this pressure, it's about to get a whole lot worse, guys, because guard tower's going to be in. And it is not easy to push Teuton guard towers. Now, this one's weak, but this one will have lots of arrows firing. Yo's going to really have to keep his eye on his repairs here. Look how fast the siege goes down. It's crazy. But Yo is repairing perfectly. Yo's done the math. Apparently, oh, he ran out of a resource. Oh, shoot. And just like that, this whole push stalls. And Jibitong still has, Bad Koala still has nice control over here. Okay, Jibitong taking some stone in the north. That's cool to see. Random villagers, random dots everywhere. Jibitong's going monks and siege. Now, Teuton's resist conversion, but Teutonic Knights are slow. So you could actually convert them. I like to believe that the cape helps them resist conversions. That's not the case, because it's all Teuton units, but just pretend with me that the cape does something there. I don't know if anyone's ever gone to church with a cape on. Let me know your experiences. Anyways, Yo's building a castle here. Now, this castle's in an interesting position to potentially clear up both of those towers. This is still a headache for him, and if Bad Koala can complete this tower, Yo could pretty much say goodbye to that gold. Yo was getting pushed here by Lix, but Lix now backs away because he saw Jibitong's monks and siege coming in, which allows Yo to try and deny this tower. But he's under a great deal of pressure right now. Actually, a really close game. Yo and Jibitong have gone for the economic approach, but the map control that Bad Koala has over Yo right now isn't bad. I would say, though, that Yo has still done a really nice job considering the circumstances. Redemption's now in. Monk goes down. Again, it will simply just take longer for the monks to convert the siege, and Yo just continues to out-repair the arrow fire. He might be able to take down this tower. This castle takes out this one, and then suddenly Yo can breathe a little bit. Lix is imping? Lix is imping? What? Jibitong is imping? What in the world? Okay. Remember, they can only make siege, monks, and Teutonic Knights. And obviously, they could build whatever they want. Trebs would count as siege, right? So a forward castle Trebs would make a lot of sense here. Jibitong's still trying to protect Yo. Yo still hoping to take out siege because he figures he has the time, but didn't have enough time there. Redemption finally pays off for Bad Koala. Yo's farming eco is really nice right now. He's up to 65 ills, but he doesn't have a lot to show for it. And Bad Koala is still hoping to push this tower, which he will do as he expands his eco a little bit. But, I mean, he's not as good as Yo, so I expect him to continue to try and pressure Yo. That feels like the strat. And then Lix is also going for some epic pressure over here against Jibitong. Jibitong was there protecting Yo. So, he didn't see a lot from Lix. Jibitong might be thinking, though, if he can drop his own castle, and, with almost being an imp, he might be thinking he can win this Trebor. But when he sees Lix is up slightly before him, that's not going to have him all that excited. Teutonic Knights get converted. Hype. Jibitong, or Bad Koala, rather, completes his tower. Yo, slowly running out of gold. Castle goes up here for Lix. And Lix and Bad Koala, they have consistently been behind in eco, but ahead in pressure. And now Lix can make Trebs. Good news for Jibitong again. He is a little bit behind, right? He is going to have his own castle. He does have monks out, which could help, but monks cannot convert Trebs unless they walk right up to them, which is impossible if the castles are there. We have seen a healthy amount of Teutonic Knights, considering the amount of towers and town centers and monks. I am happy that they have trickled in these little caped guys, These guys they're looking at you right now. They're looking over their shoulder. You think you can go up and shank them in the back, but no, they see you. Always paying attention. Beautiful position for Lix. He's taking his opponent's gold. He also has the hill, both with his castle and also with his Trebs. So he does more damage with his Trebs and receives less damage. And that can decide these types of situations. Yo, still not up. He's actually making a lot more Teutonic Knights here and getting some upgrades on them. And he might actually send them into rams soon to start to push these towers down. How important will this stone have been in this game? Like if Gibbetong collected a little bit of extra stone because of those sneak vills. Did collect a lot more, which means he should still have... Well, no, he's got no more stone around that I can see. So both he and Lix kind of out of stone at this point, so they're going to be buying it. And the capes are massing. Yo is trying to make a siege tower. Genuinely a really good idea. Actually, if Yo could put his Teutonic Knights in the siege tower and wheel it over to these Trebs, that would be the game changer. But is it going to be too little too late? Because Gibbetong has lost his castle. Lix also is going to have bombard cannons here. Has to be careful because Gibbetong has monks. But still a greater Vil count for Gibbetong and for Yo. And here we go. Okay, now monks can convert siege towers, but I thought they had to stand next to the siege tower. Did they change that recently? Guys, it looked like he was honed in on the siege tower. Might have been another monk. The siege tower does not get converted. Monks go down, and it works, baby. It works. Nice job from Yo. This is sick. I mean, he still needs rams. He still needs things to take out at the towers. But the siege tower has tanked a lot of shots, and the Teutonic Knights, they're pushing back. Meanwhile, over here, looks like some monks converted monks. That's exactly what happened. Maybe a bombard cannon was converted in there as well. But Lix holds his position. The Trebs are firing on each other here. The bombard cannon's so valuable in these situations, though. And Gibbetong is crumbling, which makes it more and more important for Yo to keep pushing. Yo has to clear up. Here he goes. Siege tower, transport number 2. The thing that's amazing about the siege tower is they have such high pierce armor. So any type of arrow fire really doesn't do much against them. It allows them to get close to towers and close to castles. Siege tower, I'd say, paid for itself there. Yo is imping. Okay, so here's what I think is the key right now. And it's going to be tough for Yo to justify this for, like, in this very moment. But pretty soon he needs to think about it. He needs to siege tower his Teutonic Knights. I'm not kidding. This isn't even a joke. The competitive play here is siege tower Teutonic Knights over here. He can take out everything here with 10 Teutonic Knights. Now, of course, there'll be castle fire. You know, we don't know exactly what's going to happen there from Lix. Maybe Lix will make his own Teutonic Knights. But Gibbetong's okay. It's not a great spot, but he can still make monks, and that's fine. He still has eco around. I think that's what Yo needs to do. Especially because he could also go kill Bad Koala, right? But it feels like with the way this game is going, Lix is the king, and Lix needs to be dealt with. Also, respect to Gibbetong for building this tower and having this random position over here. Also, monks and cannons getting converted. Sorry, the colors make it pretty difficult to follow as well here. And it looks like, again, Lix is snowballing. Lix is snowballing. He'll start to take out monasteries that are producing more monks. He'll start to take out vills. Gibbetong is dying. Will Yo send a shipment of Teutonic Knights this way? Looks like it. No way, man. Looks like it. You might need 2 of them. Here we go. Lix should just continue doing the same here. Convert all the vills you can. Treb down everything. This is a giant mess. And there is Yo. He's only got 5 Teutonic Knights in here because the others were off doing their own thing. He's going to make another siege tower. It is going to be 2 siege towers from Yo. Basically filled with Teutonic Knights. The game is dead even here, folks. Man, I thought this was going to be kind of a sucky game, honestly, once I saw the position Bad Koala had and how good Lix was doing over here. But Yo's comeback was awesome. Great castle there from him as well. And here we go. Now, here's shipment number 1. I need to look at Lix's perspective here. Okay, so he can see a lot. The thing is, what do you do? I think you have to run. I think you have to flee. He's trying to. And Yo says, ha! You can't outrun me. Oh, wow. One of the monks actually gets converted. I mean, if you're ever going to switch sides, that felt like the moment. And Yo goes back into the siege tower. And now Yo can actually block the trap. That might actually get converted. And Yo's just looking around. And now, like, Lix really has to respect this. And Lix can't advance out. Guys, this must be a bug. You never used to be able to convert siege towers from distance. What? Ah! Okay. I've tried to convert siege towers before. Don't ask. That must be a recent change. This is not the way it typically works. Siege towers have always been treated like a ram or a trebuchet, where you have to be standing next to it to convert it. What just happened there is hilarious. I didn't actually know what would happen because I didn't think this was a possibility. Thankfully for Yo, he gets his Teutonic Knights, but wow. That must have been something that was changed in the most recent patch. I mean, maybe it was intentional from the devs. I don't think so. But I'll report it and we'll get back to you guys on that. Did the same thing just happen over here? This is completely neutralized the strat. Oh my goodness. You used to be able to just roll right up to monks. Holy crap. All right. Well, same thing happens to Yo. He had the right strategy. And now once the siege towers get converted, the Teutonic Knights are out and about, and then the monks end up being very strong here. Wow. I mean, I think Yo should still continue to try this. Sorry, I got confused by something on screen. It seems fine. I think Yo's strat is still okay. But, it certainly makes things more complicated as he goes for Faith now. Faith is a crazy tech. It costs tons of resources. And it just makes it even longer for the opponent to convert you. So Yo is really upset about the whole siege tower glitch, if it is a glitch. And he's even going to research Faith to slow down those conversions. Wow, what a game. The populations are so similar. It's 232 total population for each team right now. What in the world? I think we need... Can we just ban all other 43, 44 civilizations and, forget about knights and archers and just do this? It might get a little old, but so far, looking extremely balanced. My goodness. Okay. What a hold from Yo. What a boom from Yo. What a great job from Jibbatong as well to stay in this and be ready to push back. He's got tons of monks right now. Bad Koala, though, needs to be prepared. He is making monks. But he needs to be prepared because Yo could come hit him at some point. Lix is also preparing because he knows Yo is on the way to him. And Yo did get Elite Teutonic Knight. These things have crazy melee armor. So Yo should have researched Devotion and Faith at this point. Teutons also get Heresy. I guess Heresy wouldn't be good if you're trying to use the Siege Towers. I don't know. Yo getting some nice raids in. This is certainly going to be annoying for Lix, but he will defend from this. He will hold. He'll get to breathe again in a moment. Not bad. Bad Koala was converting some vills here. Yo wasn't too happy about that. And Yo has now another siege tower. Okay. I think Lix researched Heresy, by the way. So any unit or building that gets converted now just dies. I love how Jibbatong has used the north of the map. What in the world? Yo is still loading up siege towers. This is a dream. Okay, here we go. Big conversions. Jibbatong, pretty good with monks, as you can see. Heresy's definitely in because the units die. They won't switch sides anymore. That's worth it. Because what that means is every single monk dies here for Jibbatong. He doesn't have any buffer, any help from units he converts over to his side. Still, though, is getting rid of a lot of valuable units from Lix. But we've got Elite Teutonic Knights over here on Bad Koala's TC. Bad Koala is still trying to defend. He doesn't have Heresy. So the Teuton bonus plus also Faith pays off there for Yo. Look at these Teutonic Knights go! TC ejects the Vills. Bad Koala is so distracted. Here he's killing Vills. Over here he had monks. University got denied randomly. Here is... Oh, God! Here are Trebuchets from Lix. Trebuchets from Lix trying to advance forward. And we've got Teutonic Knights from both of them now. The Siege Tower delivery was fantastic. But Lix is prepared this time around. And Lix, who's kind of been the MVP for his team this game, He never lost this position. He's had these 2 castles here for a long time. And you love to see it. Heresy's coming in from Jibbatong now. Realizing that Lix had it, I'm sure. And Jibbatong's losing all this control as well. So Lix is going to get all this back. Yo probably needs to respect this now. Like, Yo cannot harass Bad Koala much more. So I'd say advantage to... It feels weird to say because the populations aren't as good for them. But I would still say advantage to Lix and Bad Koala as a team. Because Bad Koala should be able to rest and relax and make decisions. Because Yo has to deal with the threat of Lix. It's time to face the music for him, right? He's massing some trebs. We even see crenellations to add extra range to the castles. Something that no one had researched yet. Ballistics now too. And yeah, Lix sees him. So Lix doesn't have the final attack upgrade for the Teutonic Knights, which does play a role. He doesn't have many monks here, or any monks here really, for that matter. You also did get siege engineers. Yo also has these Teutonic Knights back here. It looks like they did a lot of damage to Lix. Lix is down to 90 vils. Yo is almost at 200 pop right now. Yo's economy has been so good. And he continues to try and pressure this castle. I mean, Lix just dropped the castle at home because of the other Teutonic Knights. He can't justify repairing this for too much longer. And Yo just getting enough firepower there. He'll take out the castle. That's huge. Because now Yo doesn't have to hesitate and Yo can take these engagements. Remember, he does have Blast Furnace. So there's a difference in 2 damage dealt in these fights. And Mr. Yo will push back these trebs, will push back these capes, and Lix can't produce more capes. At least not very quickly, because he only has 1 castle here. Over here, the siege tower is just a distraction. Lix accidentally rings the town bell, which is freaking hilarious. Now we have Bad Koala pushing, though, because he's had the time to ready himself because Yo has been fully focused over on Lix. Behind this, Jibbatong going to come in here with some monks. He as well has had some time to breathe because it's been a 1v1 between Lix and Yo. Trying his best. I think the conversions are really helpful here. But Yo, just mopping Lix up. Every building here will go down. And then, I mean, Lix is going to have to brace himself. Or maybe, just maybe, it'll be the other way around. Maybe Yo has to come over here and defend himself from Bad Koala. We'll see. More siege towers from Yo. Trying to dive in here. Siege towers are very weak. Uh-oh. Be careful what taxi you get in, guys. Look at the reviews first. What are these siege towers made of? Oh my goodness, 4 HP! I don't know how it's not dead yet. There we go. Beautiful play from Bad Koala, honestly. The castle fire really helps in these situations. And the walls and the gates, the trebs, the bombard cannon's so valuable. Here comes Yo with the 3 trebs he just had on the other side. And Bad Koala is up to 130 vils. Jibbatong is at 100. Like, pretty much everyone's around 100 right now. And Yo's still going to take a little bit of time to destroy these buildings. He doesn't have all of his units here. If Yo loses this castle, he will probably also lose these cannons because there's bombard cannons waiting for Bad Koala. So, I know that Yo's position has looked quite strong, and if you know Yo, he's such a good player. This is a vulnerable area for them right now. I think what's great for them is that they're still pressuring the north because both teams have been thinking about adding trade in a 2v2 Arabia Teutons war with all these special rules. Adding trade is crazy. But Yo ends up taking out the castle there from Bad Koala. He keeps his castle up, which is so important. He's got all of his capes coming in now. He's going to have 60 of them. And there's only 15 for Bad Koala, and he doesn't exactly have the castles. He just has 1. This, I mean, this might be the end for Bad Koala and Lix. Lix is going to stabilize the north. But if you look back over here, the trade is already flying for Jibbatong. He's up to 13 trade cards. He may even send any of the gold that he has in excess over to Yo if Yo needs it. And, I mean, Yo's trebs have been insane. They've dealt 1,600 damage, or 16,000 damage, rather. And, he still needs to push this. Now, I like the towers. And mixing in the towers just gives the trebs 1 more target to give you a little bit more time. But you're going to need a lot of time which is actually why this Bombard Cannon is here. Bombard Cannon's in the perfect spot. Yo! I think we'll get away with these Trebs, but that is really frustrating right there. This actually, this gives a lot more time to this team. And maybe gives Lick some momentum because Jibbatong doesn't have a lot of army. It's just trade and just pretty much economy from him. I think at this point, he needs to be making Teutonic Knights. He does have 2 castles, so maybe that needs to be his focus, but he wants to get his gold workers up first. It really stinks when you've got all these capes and you can't do anything with it. Yo actually getting Heresy now. Might as well. So we've seen Faith, Heresy, Elite Teutonic Knight. We've seen Siege Towers. We've seen Crenellations. I actually do not know if Teutons get Heavy Scorpion. Hardy's going to edit in whether they do or not. I'm guessing no. I guess Heavy Scorpions could be killed off by some Bomber Cannons or Onagers. But, like, Scorpions versus Infantry is pretty strong. I do not have a single memory of anyone with Teutons ever going Heavy Scorpion, but... yeah, who knows? Oh, big shots here from Yo. Desperate. Trying to kill the Trebs. He gets one of them. The castle now takes out the monks. Oh, no. Bad Koala. He clearly noticed what just happened there. He's trying to get away with what he can. But that Treb is exposed. Yo, maybe feeling a little bit more confidence. Meanwhile, on this side, we've got Licks coming back. And Jibbatong has just not really had anything to deal with this. He's gone for the eco approach, but he only has 2 castles. And he's about to lose one of them. Shout out to that Ram doing its thing. Bam. He's going to build another castle here. And yeah, Yo is probably telling him, like, dude, you got to go for the capes. You got to go for Teutonic Knights. Like, having 20 trade cards is pretty nice. But let's not forget Licks he's got 10 in queue, or 11 in queue, or 13. I don't know. He's got a lot of trade cards as well. Sorry, getting a text message from my fiance right now, and I'm muting it. All right, I promise I love her to death. But when Teutonic Knights are on my screen, she's gonna have to wait. All right, she's gonna have to wait. We got Trebs coming forward. Man, both Licks and Yo have done such a wonderful job at getting the proper number of Trebs and pushing castles at the perfect times. It's just, they've done it with consistency here in this game. But a beautiful job here. Check this out. Oh, there is a hole, but still a very nice job there from Jibbatong to try and box out. So he had a couple more opportunities there with his cannons. Like we say all the time, though, in Loyal Legends, man, you got to have the numbers of Trebs. They might take 1 or 2, but they won't take all of them, and you will take the castle. And Yo takes the castle out over here. Licks is going to take the castle out over here. Who is more dead right now? Bad Koala or Jibbatong? I like how we still see towers and Bombard Cannons from Bad Koala. I think Bad Koala's in a better spot than Jibbatong. I imagine, like, after a while, your brain kind of just freezes. Like, this is just not a normal game. I don't know how long they've been playing. Like, it's just for fun, you know? So, like, it does feel like Jibbatong definitely just slowly, you know, falling further and further out of this game. A lot of that might have been due to that pressure from Licks, though. And we have capes in the trade, people. Capes in the trade. And in the woodline, Jibbatong needs help now. And so you got 2 options here if you're Yo. You go help with a lot, but that would give Bad Koala time, right? Or you just kill Koala even faster, right? I think we might see a hybrid approach. I think Yo's going to continue to try and pressure and then going to show up and try and help. But, like, this could get bad. The markets are starting to go down. It is actually really complicated to actually kill a trade cart with Teutonic Knights. But it just happened. They are much slower than trade, but taking the markets is the most effective way. That way the trade just stops. If they don't have the trade, they just don't have the gold income then. Here comes Yo. Headed over here with his own capes. Jibbatong hoping to get, you know, random conversions, which will offer a little bit. Bad Koala actually has less eco than Jibbatong. Jibbatong actually has more trade than Bad Koala as well. So Yo's really done a number on him. And slowly but surely, Yo's starting to clear this up. And man, I mean, just what a game. I feel like this castle for Jibbatong is super important. The fact that he has this castle from Yo as well, with the golden come and the ability to produce Teutonic Knights close to all these fights, also really important. Is this game seriously not over yet? The trade will still flow for Jibbatong and Yo because Jibbatong made a new market, so that's fine. Yeah, Yo's going to clear up most of this. And now here comes Lix. And he does only have one trebuchet. He's got the bomber cannons as well. We've got siege towers. We've got trebs. We've got cannons on screen. And Yo keeps his castle up for now. And Mr. Yo and Lix, who've both been so amazing for their teams, now finally fight head on for the first time in a while. What a fun game we have here. And I just, you got to keep looking at the bottom right. You got to continue to look. What are their stockpiles looking like right now? What are their resources like? Yo is kind of towards the trade now for the others. Excuse me. I might actually need to respond to the text if it's important, because this might be a really long game. I was just thinking, okay, you know, it's going to be a really short one. You know, when uploaded, YouTube's going to love it, and then I'll move on to the next project tonight. Man, it was a meme, guys. You would appreciate it. She sent me a meme, so I could focus back here on the game. This whole game is a meme. Also, gotta love how one of them clearly communicated, let's stonewall, and they both queue up fortified wall at the same time. Also, same deal with Lix and Bad Koala. What crazy timing. They're gonna get banking just so they can share resources with each other. I love how Lix has, like, he's just got a random siege tower in here, which gives kind of excellent vision. Why build an outpost in your opponent's eco when you can go for the siege tower? I'm still baffled what we've witnessed here with the siege towers getting converted from distance. That is not normal. Maybe that's intended. I don't know. But Jibbatong's going to convert one, and then it just goes down. This one's going to zoom on in, though. It's going to make it. It's a Teuton tower, guys. It's going to make it in towards the trade. That's going to be so annoying. But Yo's got a death ball push over at Bad Koala's side. Man, I feel like regardless of what has happened to Yo in this game, he's always had 50 Teutonic Knights. Whether he was helping his teammate or pushing or defending himself, it's just always 50 Teutonic Knights. And he was the one who really started it, right? Yo has been the MVP of this game. He chose the siege tower method. He chose the Teutonic Knights. He did this on the back of a crazy boom. And these villagers have nowhere to go. And Bad Koala just doesn't have castles. Look, he's dropping monasteries because he feels it's his only option. I wonder if it'd be worth it. Like, could you try and drop barracks and go for... Oh, you can't go for champions. It's only Teutonic Knights as forms of infantry. Yeah. Teutonic Knights or siege or monks. So, yeah. They've done a good job to resist the urge to break the rules. In a normal game, we would see some hand cannons, maybe. Well, until I see Yo take some significant losses, advantage Yo's team. And Jibbatong, I know it hasn't looked great for him, but he is going to try and get these walls down. I mean, it's going to be a desperation play. It's kind of funny to wall up against siege towers, though. Okay, I mean, he's going to try. This is going to get denied. This is a big push from Lix. And kind of similar to what I said earlier, maybe a push that has to happen because his teammate is struggling so much. Oh no! Leave a tower for these guys. Okay, Teutonic Knights are going to kill some of these villagers that are building. So there's a hole in the wall. The towers, though. Oh no, they've been locked onto by monks. Lix isn't quite ready yet. Is he going to try and leave? Oh no, there's walls in the way. Okay, so he ejects out of that tower to kill the monks. Okay, he kills the monks. So these two towers are still fine. That was actually pretty smart. Yo is pushing, and Yo is going to... He's trying to slowly take out the monasteries here. That's a lot of monasteries, though. And here goes Lix. What is this game? Again, the siege towers should be able to make it through. Jibbatong needs to try and convert them, because if the Teutonic Knights aren't in towers, the castles that he has here might help him defend. Lix is clearly focusing on the monks with his Teutonic Knights. It's like he knows what's happening. And a lot of these monks are dying. Teutonic Knights in the tower over here now. In the trade, in the wood line. This siege tower is still making it. You can imagine, you know, just calling a cab, trying to head somewhere, and all this stuff has happened. It's a good thing there's no windows. They haven't really witnessed all this carnage. Bombard cannons are still over here from Yo, who's still trying to get his push on, but Bad Koala, the threat of Bad Koala's monks have maybe done enough. Yo is going to come forward, though, to drop that castle. We've got random villagers repairing the trade for Jibitong. He needs support from Yo. You can see Yo's trade coming on screen now. You always have to have at least one market up, otherwise the trade will stop. It will always continue to run if you have one market. Jibitong's got a bunch of them, and he's always making more trade as well. Here we've got cakes from capes, not capes, cakes, sorry, from Bad Koala. Yo gains this hill. This is a nice position. This is really close to the opposing team's trade. Honestly, if he would have just walked forward and dropped it in their trade, that might be game ending. But I don't know if he felt comfortable enough to really... I don't know if he felt like he had the position yet. You don't want to overextend. Jibitong is kind of held, but... Oof, big moment here. Lix is pushing Yo here now. Lix did lose 3 cannons to the Crenellation's castle, but that's still worth it, and he's gone crazy with the Trebs. And that's what he's going to do now. Now that this is walled, it makes his decision easy. He's just going to push right into the heart of Yo's eco. And Yo is trying to wall off the trade. I mean, that's really smart. It might be really difficult for him to get walls in some of these areas, though, just because there's so many trade carts around. But even just clogging up the trade is a good play. And there we go. So the trade will try and find a natural path to the other markets now, which means it will path much closer to where Yo has this castle. Man, if only Yo could build a castle there now, it would be crazy. Bad Koala is going to drop a castle there, which I think he needs to do. Yo has Trebs around, though. And Jibitong, making his own Teutonic Knights, has to defend. Yo is here, too, though. Yo's got some Teutonic Knights and some towers. They're making a big move underneath Lix's castle here. Lix's castle is going to kill a lot of units here. He still needs some siege, though, to push. Otherwise, he's going to be pushed right back. This is ridiculous. It still feels like Lix has solid numbers here. I mean, and the Crenellation's castle is going to kill a lot. Over here, Bad Koala trying to push Yo. Yo's castle will also assist with a lot of kills, though. And, oh, the big one, though, is that Yo's Trebs are still working. And Bad Koala has no stone. So this castle could go down. You see him desperately now thinking he needs to take those Trebs, but they're too slow. Both Jibitong and also Bad Koala buying stone there. Because Jibitong needs to repair on this side. So both players have, like, their main player making a big, important push towards trade. Oh, wow. Lix just now getting Crenellations. I didn't realize he didn't have that tech. He takes out Jibitong's castle, which means Jibitong only has 1, but Jibitong has Trebs here. Yo has a couple Teutonic Knights. Oh, and Yo castled the trade. Yo actually, he castled the trade, but he probably should delete the walls. It's crazy. Yeah, this is working now. I don't know if he deleted that wall or if it got shot down, but some of the trade is going in towards that castle, and it seems like this is just one too many castles for Bad Koala to deal with. Bad Koala will soon have 0 castles, as this one will fall. And then there's a castle on either side of their trade. Yo has joined in with Jibitong on this side. Jibitong did lose his Trebs, but the castle falls. And the GG is called. Bad Koala and Lix realize they can't do it now. And what a peach of a game. That is the most Teuton game I've ever seen. And that was fun, man. That was fun. Because, like, I mean, Teutonic Knights are a strong unit, but the issue with them is they're quite slow. And so there's many things that players can use against them in a usual game or choose instead of them, right? But, man, like, I kind of thought this would just be Teutonic Knights running into Teutonic Knights and that it would be rather dull after a while. But this was crazy. Castle positions, tower positions. We had economy matter an awful lot. Trade mattered an awful lot. Monk techs that you would never think would be researched would research in this game. This was very high level stuff here. Let's look through some of the stats. Apologies, some of these stats are covered up right now. Captures is going to fix this for us, but we still should be able to see most of the relevant ones. Yo, who is the player that produced the most Teutonic Knights, also ended up getting the most kills in this game. Now, I wish I had a stat for how many kills his castles got. I felt like the castles were critical. This castle, 16 kills. This castle, 22. This castle, 0. But this castle, 7. This castle, 23. I mean, and he lost castles too. So I do think castles were a big part of it. But Yo had 581 kills this game. Only 319 units lost. It also raised a lot of buildings, 93 raises, 14 losses. So it felt like he did a good job gaining positions. Also with conversions and desertions, Jibitong had 85 conversions. Man, I really felt like at various points I was like, why is Jibitong going monks, dude? It's not doing anything. 85 deaths is essentially what that led to. 85 kills that I don't think would show up here. So I feel like Jibitong, the KD doesn't help Jibitong too much here. I think you should be adding 85 kills to the kills and the losses there. Army high, obviously a big one. Licks and Yo pretty even there. But then you go back to the economy. And, well, it was all Yo in terms of the, what is this, food collected? It's got to be food collected, right? Yo had a lot of farms this game. I think it goes wood, it goes food, then it goes gold, and then it goes stone. Yeah. Again, sorry that's covered up, but we kind of figured it out. It was a fun game. What I loved about this game beyond the Teuton stuff, which is obviously quite fun, was the fact that we kind of had a situation where the weaker player on each team was trying to do their best against the strong player on each team. So Jibitong was like, he was getting pushed. Initially, he tower rushed Licks to apply pressure, but then Licks was getting the better of him, and he just kind of had to hold on. I loved how Jibitong kept doing some of the side shenanigans here, which really hurt Licks' focus. And he just stayed in the game nicely. And if nothing else, was just adding trade when, you know, he was falling apart. And then Bad Koala, I mean, the tower rush against Yo was really good. I think if things went slightly differently for Bad Koala, he would have punished Yo more. So that pressure was good. And then he too, I mean, he was losing badly and he just had to hold on. So unfortunately, Yo just played a little bit too good there. But yeah, fun game, guys. I can't promise more Teuton action, but if you liked this, and if we could impose limitations and do similar games, right, with our civilizations and say, hey, no archers, no knights, you can only make X, Y, and Z. Please send me your ideas and give me, some of your thoughts on the content here. It was a much longer game than I was expecting, but yes, this is the most Teuton game ever, which I believe will be the YouTube title, and I hope the commentary did it justice and that you guys had a really good time. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Really blessed to be able to bring this to you. I hope you guys wore your cape for this one, and I'll see you all next time. We'll be working hard all week to bring new videos to the channel, and I'll be doing my best to match this one. Hold on a second. Guys, look at this. These 5 units all played their role in killing this Teutonic Knight, and they are staring down at him after killing him. What a spot to end up. Look at this. This is content right here. I don't know. Maybe they were friends with him once, and then these 4 said, hey, he's betrayed us. We should kill him. And this guy really liked the guy, you know? He didn't want to look. Anyways, I'm ruining it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video.